YouTuber subscribers. Quick video update of the Birmingham rollers. I just got done cleaning my cages, so I figured I'd give you guys a quick little update on some of my breeding pairs. All the breeding pairs are back now on eggs. I've taken out their last set of babies, and every pair seems to be doing real good. They're all on timing, meaning they're all breeding and laying their eggs at the same time, which makes it real simple and easy. When you pull out the young birds, they're pretty much all the same age and the same size, so it just makes it a lot easier to train. Real excited about this pair. This is a new breeding pair that I just put in the breeder. He's bred before, she's never bred. She's already showing good signs by sitting on her eggs, which is really good. And then also this hen, she's a new breeder, which is a full sister to this little black down here. So they're doing real good for young hens. And then we got the old man down here with two of his babies. I did put in the second bowl because the babies look like they've been walking around already. So as soon as she lays an egg, that's when these babies will come out. This is the last set from the last round. So just real quick, I wanted to show you guys guy the other day on Facebook that asked me about Pearlite pigeons, and I gave him my input on what I think about Pearlite pigeons. There's absolutely nothing wrong with a Pearlite bird. Those birds can perform with some of the best out there. But one of the things I've learned over the years of information I was able to collect for myself is that a Pearlite pigeon has a bit of a stronger behavior and temperament. So with that being said, it just makes it a little bit more difficult if you got a bigger amount of those kind of birds in your kit, because the birds are kind of spooky and jumpy and stuttery. So the birds have a different temperament, different reaction to everything you do. So these birds here are the last round of the young birds I pulled out, and took the 4 out that I gave my nephew. So that's why I'm down to 6. It's usually 10 to 12 birds per round that I pull out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start training these little guys here. And the last 2 days I've been paying attention to their temperament and character. It helps me train them, because if they're on the jumpy side, it just makes them real hard, because birds tend to get scared and then they fly off and they're not really paying attention to their surroundings. So these birds seem to be pretty calm. So based on their temperament and behavior, today's gonna be the first day I'm gonna start training them. I usually do a double tray, one inside the box, one outside the box. But because I've already trained them the last few days how to eat off the tray inside the box, they understand the tray. So like you can see this guy here, he's already wanting to jump out, but he doesn't see any feed. So I've got the birds used to my whistle and the shaking of the can. Whistling, I only whistle when I'm gonna feed. So they understand that it's a feed call, not just something that gets them used to me. So that's just how I do it. So I'll show you guys real quick. This is the first time. So right away you guys can see that bird reacted to my whistle and the rattle of the can. So repetition is what will get your birds to understand what they're supposed to do. You only show them the repetition that you would like for them to continue to do. That's just what they're gonna do every single time. As young birds, this is the most crucial part, when they're young and they really don't understand how to even fly. So as you guys can see, this guy here has never been out, but he did take up and he just did a real small circle around and then landed on the box, which is a really good thing. I like when birds do that because they're doing it on their own. You're not spooking them, so they're not scared from coming back to you. They're more doing what they want to do. And it's always good to have that one bird that's doing what this bird's doing, because if he lingers around and does that, stays around, then the rest of the young birds are watching and they're gonna do what he's doing. So like I told you guys, there's always that one bird that's gonna start doing it first, and then the rest start to trickle down. And here come the rest. As you guys can see, they're already curious. So my main reason of doing this is birds are gonna naturally learn how, they know how to flap their wings naturally. But one thing they don't know how to do is land with their feet. So what I'm doing right now, I'm not teaching my birds how to eat off the tray or how to jump out the box. What I'm doing right now is I'm teaching them how to land. Once they learn how to land, they know where to land, so they come right back to their box. Most of the time, guys let their young birds out and the bird doesn't know how to land yet, so it stays on its wing till it gets tired, and by the time it gets tired, it lands wherever it lands. And at that point, the bird may just be too far away from home to come back. So even here, you guys see this little bird is having trouble landing because he's just learning. This is his very first time out using his wings, and that's part of the process that I believe every guy should go through first, teaching the bird how to land, so when it does want to land, it knows to come back home. I've lost a lot of birds myself due to the same scenario, where I've let the birds out and didn't teach them how to land, and then they flew and flew, and by the time they landed, they were too far away from home, so they just never made it back. All right guys, so now that all the birds jumped back into the box on their own, what I like to do is feed them as much as they want for the day, because they are babies, so you don't want to weaken your young birds. You have to remember they are still developing. So because I took them away so young, they're actually still developing out of the baby stage. So you guys don't want to take away no feed from your birds. And then what I do when I start training, I train them on pellets for the first 5 days. That way no one falls behind on me. I think training the first 5 days off the pellets give the birds that extra head start where they don't get down on you, and they stay very, very healthy. Also, I like to feed them with the door open because I want them to feel comfortable. I don't want them to feel like when I open the door they have to fly out. Most birds, when you keep them trapped, the first thing they're thinking of is flying. So as soon as that door opens, they're most likely going to take off. So this is just what works for me, just helping out those guys that have asked me those few questions. Comment, subscribe, let me know what you guys think, and I will keep you guys updated on this little young bird team.